To improve performance with the upper body, which is called the shoulder girdle, to prevent injuries, or to prepare for surgery, or to recuperate from surgery, I designed this exercise which I call 4 ways to balance the upper body. And it's a good way to start balancing or stretching and freeing the skeleton from being a prisoner of the soft tissue, especially in the shoulder girdle. People with migraines, people with tension in the jaw, people with shoulder problems, elbow, forearms, all the way to the wrist. This is an essential part of dealing with the shoulder girdle. What you do is you hold for 2 minutes each posture, 4 different postures. The first posture is elbows over your head. Again, remember my principle of 80% effort. So some of you may start like this and then move over time further and further until you can grab both elbows and hold them straight up without thrusting the front ribs. So the ribs stay evenly open between front and back. So really the movement is happening from the rotator cuffs of the shoulders, and that really helps later with performance when you do different things with your arms. Also, the second posture is to put your elbows behind your back, which most people will be able to do pretty easy. But for the ones that cannot do it, this is an important exercise. So again, you start with 80% effort, and then you move more and more in until you're able to grip both elbows with both palms. So that's the idea. Yeah. If you can do that, you don't need to practice it as much. You fine tune until fine tuning is not needed. So it's the same as fine tuning a guitar. If you can do it, just don't practice it as much. Do it once a month. Make sure you maintain this flexibility or this stretch. The last 2 postures are the harder ones. So the first one is the pretzel, this way. So if you're right-handed, automatically you'll be surprised how your body will put the left hand on the bottom and the right on top. For people that cannot reach their fingers like this, use a belt. So you take a belt and you put it behind like this, and then you grab the belt and you hold it like this, because we want to use the 80% effort. So that's very important. And then over time your hands will get closer and closer until one day you can grip your fingers this way. Then you're going to do the other side. So that's the 4th posture. Usually if you're right-handed or left-handed, if you put that hand from the bottom, it is much harder, because this involves 3 groups of muscles to get around, versus here it involves 1 muscle. So it's easier. Isn't it interesting how the body automatically knows that you're more stiff on the right side, and it does this. It throws the right hand on top, the left on the bottom, without asking your permission. So once you stretch the right hand, if you're right-handed, this way, use the belt, and then over time you will achieve the ability to grip the fingers that way. This will allow the upper body to perform in a very strong way. It's a good way to recover from injuries, to gain the range of motion back, and it's a great way to prepare and recuperate from surgeries, injuries, as well as improving performance, as I said before.